now.
All right.
Hello, my loves. It's TTMG, the Tarot Medium Goddess here. Thank you so much for being here. Please do stop what you're doing and like this video. Go ahead and subscribe. Don't forget to tell me what you think about what happened in this case in the comments below. And do show your girl some love and share the video. I appreciate every single one of you. It's true. I love you, boo. Hello. Thank you guys all for being here. It's me, TTMG, and Trezell. Hello, Christina. So wonderful seeing you again. I am doing great. How are you doing tonight? So,
hello, Christina.
Yeah, Christina Henderson is back. I had a long day and I was gonna take my behind the bed, but I figured that I had some more news for you guys because there's 2 more missing children. Now, did Trezell and Jacqueline have something to do with this? Well, we don't know yet, okay? But what I can tell you is that they had fostered these children, and guess what, guys? The biological mother has not heard from these kids in years. She doesn't know what's going on, and Trezell and Jacqueline West were the last ones that she knew them to be with. So we're going to go ahead and cover this footage real quick. And, you know, it sucks how the system is sometimes. Not sometimes, but a lot of times. Christina said, love you too, boo. You're good. Miss S says, oh, the music is suspenseful. Hey guys. Yeah, I have 3 intros. I have my longer intro, which is about, 2 to 3 minutes. When I plan on doing a long live, I have my short intro, which that was, and then I have my super short intro where it's just like 15 seconds, you know? So, yeah. So I'm glad that you like it, Miss S. And Pink Butterfly sends love. Love back to you, Pink Butterfly. And I love your photo as well. So we're gonna get this on the stream. You guys, let me know what you think about this. Now, it's not proven that they. Well, I'm gonna let the biological mother speak in this case. Miss S says, "Hey, Trezell."
Okay.
So let me press play.
Meantime, the case of Orrin and Orson West has prompted the birth mother of 2 unrelated children in Kern County's foster care system to step forward with concerns of her own. 17's Robert Price spoke to the parents of 2 other boys who they say are lost in the system.
With the adoptive parents of young Orrin and Orson West now accused of their murder, another set of parents whose children were put in the care of the same people are asking, what about their sons?
Virginia Williams says she has not seen her sons, Guillermo and Eleuterio Parra, ages 8 and 10, for 5 years. And at some point, she says, they were placed in the foster care of Trezell and Jacqueline West. That's the couple charged Wednesday in the alleged murders of Orrin and Orson, ages 4 and 3, after more than a year of investigation that included combing the desert around the West's home in California City. By that time, DA Cynthia Zimmer says Orrin and Orson had already been dead for 3 months, which leaves Virginia Williams in anguish. Where are her boys? She and Israel Munoz, the boy's stepfather, say Kern County Child Protective Services isn't giving them any answers.
We don't know where they are. I'm asking for proof of life.
Proof of life, a phrase usually associated with kidnapping. Williams says a court official told her in confidence that her son's initial foster care placement was with Trezell and Jacqueline West, and that scares her.
Been there 6 years now. They were adopted all out in 2018 to the West. And then from there, I've seen and heard nothing from them.
Kern County Human Services tells 17 News they can't comment on any aspect of Williams' story. Munoz says the whole system is unfair.
It's breathtaking, but that's how CPS does things. CPS will come in your house, they break up families, they don't need to be broken up.
Yeah.
And then they give these kids away like they're puppies. I mean, where's our constitutional rights?
Williams says the situation is part of a bigger issue, helplessness born of multi-generational incarceration. She says she was raised as a ward of the Los Angeles County court system from the age of 2. She has been to prison herself, and she says one of her sons, raised largely in foster care, has developmental issues that she fears will impact his life. And the chain continues.
My father and my mother went to jail for murder. And I've lived with my grandma. Being that I am awarded to the court, every child that I have, by law, they have the right to take. Because I am a state baby. And this is the flaw that we should fix today. Because just because we are victims and we had no mothers, that should not hold above our head.
Guillermo and Electero Para, where are you? It's a simple question their birth mother would like an answer to. In Bakersfield, Robert Price, 17 News.
Wow, that's a lot going on there.
So do you guys think that this biological mother is posing a fair question? Where
You kind of low.
Am I low?
Nah, okay, there you go.
Okay, I said, do you guys feel like the biological mother is posing a fair question to CPS? Where are my children? The last I've heard of them was they were in Trezell West and Jacqueline West were fostering my children. They were in possession of them. So where are they now? And she can't even get that simple answer, you know? Or she's just proof of life. Actually, that's all she's asking for. Mm-hmm. Proof of life. If you can't,
I got a theory on that, but I want to hear what the panel say. The
people in the chat.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna get an answer after that.
All right. Pink Butterfly says, "Thank you. That's a beautiful name. I've never seen that one before." Profile. Miss S says, "I don't understand how people can hurt innocent children." Yes, I can't understand it either. Christina says, DVD, just take kids and out them, place them in worse, in situations worse than they were. Yeah, I agree. She meant DCFS. Yes, they do. Division of Child and Family Services. Yep. Miss S says, definitely a fair question. She should know. Proof of life. Don't even tell me. You don't even have to tell me the city, state, zip, any of that. You know, you think I'm going to go and harass them? All right, can I have proof of life? Can she have updated pictures of her kids at least? You know, or something? All right. So, not, and you know, it could even be to the point, you know how some people do these image searches online? Well, don't pass her the digital picture then if you think she's going to do something with it. Hold it in your hand and show her. Here they are. Don't let her hold the picture. She wants proof of her children being alive. That's it. The last time they were known alive, they were in Trezell West and Jacqueline's West custody. So where are they now is the question. So Sharon says, unfortunately, we don't know the whole story. That is true. I do think they could give her an answer of proof of life. Exactly, Sharon. We don't know the whole story. There could be more to it than we think, but the proof of life is all she's asking for, not even location. Vanessa Jones says, Did she say she had any contact with her children in 5 years? Yeah, she didn't say that she had any. She said no, she didn't say that. I think,
No,
yeah.
she didn't
What
say
year
that.
did she say they were
She
adopted?
said
Not
she said
adopted.
2018.
Yeah, 18. That's what I thought. Oh my God, because that's just sad, because it's not asking location. Most people are going to want to know. Most parents want to know what part of the world, what part of the country, what part of the nation is my child. She's not even asking that much. Just show me a picture of them. All right. If you can't give me a digital copy because you think I'm going to be searching things online, just bring me to your office, sit me down, show me something that I know that they're still breathing and alive. Especially when now I'm finding out that they were in the custody of Trezell and Jacqueline West. It's simple. Christina says, post a scheduled visits until proved completely unfit and unable to take care of them at all. Right.
And that's the issue with her. And I'm like, I never knew that part. Like, there's nothing she did wrong. She just, because her parents had to give her up because they were in jail, every child she had, that's a
She's
very
a state
flawed
baby.
system.
And she looks like she's in her 30s, like when do we...
That is too flawed right there. That makes absolutely no sense, that kind of law right there.
Guys, how old do you think she looks? I'm thinking 35 or whatever it is, but she's a grown woman.
A grown woman.
Yeah. And she's talking about because I'm a state child. I thought you were grown right now.
Well, yeah, I mean, according to the state, that's how they're looking at her, is what she's saying. Everything that like I said, that absolutely makes absolutely no sense, that law.
Yeah, that's the time when some people have to rebel in life.
Yeah.
Not to say you want to follow the laws, guys. I'm not saying not to, but at a certain point, it's like, when do you become free? You know what I mean?
So in other words, they're punishing her and doing to her unnecessary stuff on the basis of what her parents did. That don't make sense.
Now she did say that she went to jail too, but it didn't seem like it was based upon that. It was based upon her initially being a state child.
Right. That's what it ain't had nothing to do with her herself going. That's the crazy part about it.
Right.
It's about something that was out of her hands and something her parents did when she was a child. Not only a child, but 2 years old, she said. She went to live with her grandmother at 2 because her parents committed murder.
Right.
She has no knowledge of anything at 2 years old.
And looking like she's in her 30s and she's still calls herself a state child. That's I don't know. I don't know what you call that. That's control. That's
still a world of state. That makes
all forms of control. Yeah. It's like, what do you have to do not to be a state child at this point? Oh my God, at my age, if someone still refers to me as a child, I don't know what I would do.
Right.
Christina says, I'm on my phone and it puts whatever words it wants. Thank you for explaining. Thank you for explaining, Christina. Grams of 7 has been having the same problem, and somebody else in this live has. I think it's Grams of 7, and I forget who the other person is, but yeah, it's a few people here whose phone is just doing what it wants to. Pink Butterfly says, where I live, a foster parent gets $12,000 per foster child back in tax money each year. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Plus whatever they're getting, per month, off rip.
Right.
They're getting that off rip.
Wow, that's a lot.
It's big. So, I mean, what kind of a factory it got going over that place? Now I will say this. This is the thought I had immediately when I heard what she said. I'm not going to jump the gun and say that something must have happened to her kids. It's just they don't know where they're at, and it doesn't say that they were with Trezell and Jackie. They were the last. No, they was with them at some point. That's all I mean. Obviously, they weren't with them recently when they were, or say they've been there discovered.
But if you were a biological parent who lost your child and now you heard that Trezell and Jacqueline was in jail for this, and you haven't heard from your child or have proof of life, wouldn't that be reasonable reason to be a little bit nervous?
I mean, yeah, I'd be nervous, but that don't mean something. It just mean I want to know where they at, and the thing is too, when they're and see, I had to deal with the foster system, or learn about it because I was about to be a foster parent at one point years ago.
Yeah, I
They
was going
will
to be
not.
too.
Yeah, they will not. As far as a biological parent, they will not tell you where your kids are at, which home they're until you are at the point where you can take back your kids. You doing the stuff you're doing, or where you're at the point where you can have supervised visitations with them. So if you're not
Right.
at that point where you're doing that or pursuing that, no, they're not going to tell you. So that, like I said, it don't mean that something happened to them. I don't even think something happened to them. It's just,
Right.
you would like to know where.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. I'm a little bit. I hope nothing happened to them, but yeah. So guys, in the thumbnail, so that's the disclaimer. Now it's like, did they have something to do with this? We don't know at this point. We
No.
just know that the mom does not have proof of life of these kids, and they have been fostered out at least since 2018. All
Now,
right.
I will say this, now that she came out and said that on the news and everybody sees that and it's light brought on it, if they still don't say anything now, I'm gonna get concerned because if that's all she's asked for, I just want to know they arriving well, and they can't even say that or not saying that, then now I would really get concerned at that point. No, just tell me and
I think with the proper attorney, what do you think? With the proper attorney, she should be able to get something.
Well, anything with an attorney would, you get results, but it shouldn't even get to that point or something like that,
Right.
But at the same time, she has one. Yeah, that definitely would help. That would speed up the process. That would definitely speed it up.
Yeah, I think so too. Pink. Okay, so Pink Butterfly, thank you for and I'm sorry, I having problems speaking tonight. And anyway, she says where I live, a foster parent gets $12,000 per foster child. That is a heck of a lot. But I know it's a lot of work though. But for those who actually care about those kids and treat them as their own. But
That's
other
not
than
even
that,
an
I think
issue for people like that.
yeah.
Help,
Exactly. Back in tax money each year. They were only taking these children in for the money. I believe that, Pink Butterfly. And somebody brought that up, the tax money earlier, but I didn't realize it was that much money.
It depends on the state too.
Right. And she says, I wonder if they have life insurance policies. That is one of my lives that's gonna break. I have it. Matter of fact, I have that. It's an excellent question. Where's my thumbnail? Hold on. I have it as only me, but I'm gonna make it public so you guys can see. I was gonna go live with it yesterday. It says no, it's March 4th. It's set up for March 4th and 10:55 p.m. I put my I schedule my lives, but a lot of times with my lives, I try to go on before that. I push out the date and the time, and whenever I feel like going on and pressing live, I'll just go live. But at least it's lined up in queue. So I have that thumbnail ready. I'm gonna go ahead and edit it. Hold on, because I think it's on only me. No, it's public. It's public, so you guys might see it if you're subscribed. It said, did Trezell West and Jacqueline West have life insurance on Orson West? And not that I know for a fact that they did, but I want us to have this discussion. Did they or did they not? Because that would be one motivation for them to, or just another ulterior motive, I should say. But that is a great point that you brought up, and I did think about that. I haven't heard anybody else say that, but Vanessa Jones says, please go back and listen to the video. She did say in 5 years. Right, she did say 5 years.
Yeah, I heard her say that, She ain't heard it. But she also said the year 2018 as well. I think the 2018 came in, that's when they came in contact with Trezell and Jackie.
Right.
That's when they came in, But she did say 5.
Yes, she did. And so I don't. Yeah, maybe we need to replay it. Tell me
And
what
that's
you think.
another one. Why would here's another one we was talking about that, like mothers pursuing their kids and stuff. If that's the only reason that they were taken from her, how come she hasn't, or do we know that she's pursued, getting her kids back? Because they shouldn't have been taken from her in the first place if she hadn't done nothing, out the norm or
She said
whatever.
that they take them for whatever they want. I don't know, but even regardless if she did something wrong or I'm not saying wrong, but against the law, I feel like proof of life is something simple, that should be honored. Sharon Haynes says that's not true. At the end of the interview, they corrected the statement that they don't step in unless they have other reasons. Okay. He did. I remember him correcting that. I don't know if you guys want us to replay it. If you do,
Wait,
put it
what
in
was
the
she
chat and we'll
saying? What
replay
was
it.
not true? Read that.
At the end of the interview, they corrected the statement that they don't step in unless they have other reason to. So she's saying that the girl, the lady, the biological mom, they probably had another reason for them to actually step in, regardless of her being a state child.
I really hope that's true.
Right.
And not that they just took them kids based on what her parents and did, and she, because that's what I said from the get go. That don't make sense at all. None.
Right. It doesn't. Thanks for bringing that up, Sharon. Yeah, he did kind of correct that at the end. If you guys want me to replay it again, just type it in the chat.
And you know what? Go ahead and replay it. Yeah, because that wasn't but a couple of minutes anyway. Because I heard her say 6 years at one point as well when she's at 5. Let me see.
All right, I'm gonna read 2 more comments and then I'll replay it. Okay. Christina says videos or pictures don't prove anything because there was a kidnapping of a girl where a guy sewed her eyes open and made it look like she was still alive. Oh my God. Sewed her eyes open and made it look like she was still alive. Wow. Yeah, I understand, Christina, but
now you get that's something different. That's psychopathic to me right there.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's a little bit better than nothing. Yeah. That is crazy. Wow.
That's psychopathic. Yeah.
Sharon Haynes says, I grew up in foster care. There are good homes and not so good homes. Okay, good. So you had
some good and some bad and everything. She's right. Yeah.
Right. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna play it one more time. Do I have it off the screen? I think I have it off the screen, but I'll find it. Give me 1 second. So, how was your day today, Trezell?
It was okay. I just, like I said, no lack of energy last few days. I've been going to the gym and everything. Today, I didn't have any. I think I have more now.
You know what? I have a lack of energy, and I've heard a lot of people complaining about lack of energy lately.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that ain't good for me. I'm pretty active, and I get to the point I'm like, I can take it or leave it as far as going here. I need to, because I'm the type I got to stay gone.
Right. So, guys, I'm trying to get it on the screen. I'm trying to see which one. Where is it? Oh, here we go. Okay.
Meantime, the case of Orrin and
We're
Orson.
gonna press pause. Let me get it up again. So for you guys who may have came in a little bit later, you'll get to see a replay of this right now.
West has prompted the birth mother of 2 unrelated children in Kern County's foster care system to step forward with concerns of her own. 17's Robert Price spoke to the parents of 2 other boys who they say are lost in the system.
With the adoptive parents of young Orrin and Orson West now accused of their murder, another set of parents whose children were put in the care of the same people are asking, what about their sons?
Virginia Williams says she has not seen her sons, Guillermo and Eleuterio Parra, ages 8 and 10, for 5 years. And at some point, she says, they were placed in the foster care of Trezell and Jacqueline West. That's the couple charged Wednesday in the alleged murders of Orrin and Orson, ages 4 and 3, after more than a year of investigation that included combing the desert around the West's home in California City. By that time, DA Cynthia Zimmer says Orrin and Orson had already been dead for 3 months, which leaves Virginia Williams in anguish. Where are her boys? She and Israel Munoz, the boy's stepfather, say Kern County Child Protective Services isn't giving them any answers.
We don't know where they are. I'm asking for proof of life.
Proof of life, a phrase usually associated with kidnapping. Williams says a court official told her in confidence that her son's initial foster care placement was with Trezell and Jacqueline West, and that scares her.
Been there 6 years now. They were adopted all out in 2018 to the West. And then from there, I've seen and heard nothing from them.
Kern County Human Services tells 17 News they can't comment on any aspect of Williams' story. Munoz says the whole...
Wait, guys, did she say adopted out?
She said they've been in the system for 6 years.
I know, but it sounded like she said they were adopted out. I gotta replay because sometimes
yeah, I didn't hear. I don't know. I didn't hear that part.
Because that means that they're not fostered anymore. Right. I'm gonna rewind it because sometimes my mind is multi-thinking, and I think I caught that last moment, but it sounded like she said adopted out, unless she was just explaining it wrong. But I'm just gonna slightly rewind it, just some seconds.
Says a court official told her in confidence that her son's initial foster care placement was with Trezell and Jacqueline West, and that scares her.
Been there 6 years now. They were adopted all out in 2018.
Oh, sure did.
And then from there, I've seen and heard nothing from them.
Kern County Human Services tells 17 News they can't comment on any aspect of Williams' story. Munoz says the whole system is unfair.
It's breathtaking, but that's how CPS does things. CPS will come in your house, they break up families, they don't need to be broken up. Yeah. And then they give these kids away like they're puppies. I mean, where's our constitutional rights?
Williams says the situation is part of a bigger issue, helplessness born of multi-generational incarceration. She says she was raised as a ward of the Los Angeles County court system from the age of 2. She has been to prison herself, and she says one of her sons, raised largely in foster care, has developmental issues that she fears will impact his life. And the chain continues.
My father and my mother went to jail for murder. And I've lived with my grandma. Being that I am awarded to the court, every child that I have, by law, they have the right to take. Because I am a state baby. And this is the flaw that we should fix today. Because just because we are victims and we had no mothers, that should not hold above our head.
Guillermo and Eleuterio Parra, where are you? It's a simple question their birth mother would like an answer to. In Bakersfield, Robert Price, 17 News.
A footnote here, just before airtime, DHS responded to our request for a clarification. We were told that the children of wards of the court or those who were once court-supervised minors are not subject to removal from their homes without additional cause.
Okay, so it said without additional cost. Devella, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, so it said that kids removed from the home, even if it's with a parent that was, awarded to the state previously, that they're not subject to be removed without additional cost. Now, I guess it would depend on one's definition for that.
And I'm listening to it. Okay, so the fact that her parents was in jail, I see what she said now. she was just bringing that up as background because she mentioned how she was saying because she was in prison, she was a state baby like that. That's what she was saying. And that's, and she probably was putting it on that. But yeah, man, the parents didn't really have nothing to do with this case. That was background she was doing. I see now. But the other one, she did say they was in the system for 6 years, and she did say adopted out. So that brings up another thing. The CPS are not gonna say anything because now it's out of their hands, number one. And that's totally up to whoever they were adopted by now, whether they want to reveal where they are and this and that. Yeah, that's totally.
No, they said they were adopted out to Trezell and
No. She said they were in the system 6 years and they were initially with them, but not as foster kids, but they were adopted out in 2018. But they ain't say who they were adopted, so that's what I said. That's a whole nother issue then, because that has nothing really to do with CPS. They can't reveal none of that information. And it's up to the adoptive parents, because she said adopted out. It's up to the adoptive parents whether they want to reveal this or reveal that and all that kind of stuff. That's totally switched now. So I'm glad you picked that up. You heard that.
Yeah, I heard adopted out, but they didn't say. Now I'm trying to remember if they said adopted to Trezell West.
No, they never said that. She said they were initially, with Trezell, Trezell and Jackie as foster kids. They ain't say nothing about them adopting them.
Okay.
They said so in other words, the first time they were in foster care was with them too. That's what it said. So it started with them.
All right, so maybe in these cases we have to kind of understand, even though we don't want to sometimes. But the only thing is, in a specific case like what's going on right now, because they were with Jacqueline and Trezell West, just for kind of a peace of mind thing, maybe there should be an exception to the rule, possibly. What do you guys think? Tell us in the chat. What do you think, Deval?
I think what legally, now here's another thing. They can legally let her know that they are alive and well and just not let them know where they're at. They can even go as far as let them know that, well, they're in this specific state, but they're not going to tell them, exactly where,
right.
But yeah, they can do that legally, CPS or, Child Protection Services or whatever.
Right.
But they're not going to reveal. They're not going to reveal who adopted them. They're not going to put their name and where they. No, none of that.
Right.
They're not going to give her access, and they're not going to give her access to that. Now she can get a lawyer at that. The lawyer may through some other medium can get a hold of to the adopted people's. Their people, like you're her people and their people can have lunch and get together and at least let them know where they at if that's what's wanted. But yeah, other than that, no, that's about all she gonna get.
Right. So let's return to some of the comments.
Mm-hmm.
This was at 10:09. It's 10:23 right now. Vanessa Jones says Attorney General said in her statement the 4 other boys were in foster care after they were removed from Jacqueline and Trezell. They were placed into foster care, so apparently they have seen the boys. Vanessa Jones, but that's not necessarily, that's not those boys though, because that's most definitely not those boys. They're another 2 kids, right? Because how do we say it? The 2, all right, so out of the 4 boys, the other 4 boys that Jacqueline and Trezell had, 2 were their biological.
Yeah.
Right? And another 2 were foster. Or were they adopted? I think they were foster kids.
Yeah, they never adopted. And remember, once you are adopted, the kids are changed from foster to that money you get from the state, that ends. Because now when you're adopted, that's your kids now.
Right.
So yeah, I'm very sure they're not trying to adopt nobody.
Yeah. So, well, they adopted Orrin and Orson, but with ulterior motives involved, But the 4 boys, Vanessa, 2 of them were biological, and the other 2 were still foster kids. They were still getting money for the other 2. So those 4 have nothing to do with the 2 kids that this lady was just talking about in the video, the biological mom.
Right. They was prior to the other ones.
Right.
Her 2 kids. Yeah.
Dixie says, "Hi, love. Hi, love. Hi, Dixie. It's great seeing you again." I think Dixie, are you the one? Because I was telling Christina that there was somebody else whose phone was doing a lot of typos besides Graham's. The other person might have been Dixie. I'm not sure. Vanessa Jones says insurance doesn't normally pay off without a body until 10 years. Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, she's right about that.
Okay. Did you research or you just knew about this? Very interesting.
Yeah, you got to have a death certificate to do all that. That's any insurance. They got to have proof that the person.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
The years may vary with different estates and different insurances, how many years, but definitely they got to have, you got to have proof of death.
That's literally one of my lives that's in queue is, did they have insurance money on them? And I don't know, do you think it's worth doing a whole live on Trezell? It's a good discussion.
Maybe a short one, because
a short one, yeah.
I got a quick answer for that one. So
okay. Dixie King says those parents deserve to at least have proof of life. Give them a peace of mind. Yeah, especially in this case, right, Dixie? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, I think period.
Period.
Any laws. They're alive and well. Like I said, they don't have to know where they're at, but as long as I know they're alive and well, okay, cool.
Right. Tell me in the comments if you're watching in the replay or in the chat if you're watching now. Say proof of life or no proof of life. No means obviously no. Biological parents should not be entitled to proof of life, or proof of life if you believe they deserve, every biological parent deserves proof of life, or put in depends if it depends on the case, the specific case. By the time I get down to the chat, I'm probably gonna forget what they're talking about.
Probably. How far are we behind?
We're at 10:14 and it's 10:27 right now.
Okay.
Dixie Kane says, I'm sure they had more reasons to take them because I fostered my grands for 2 years. My daughter sort of straightened up and got them back. I almost got to adopt my grands. Oh, that would have been beautiful. That would have been nice. And it's great that, they allowed you to be the one to foster them. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the biological mother was talking kind of fast, and of course she's emotional, but I mean she did, little snippet. She did say she was in prison, and that, like a lot of times, that may be reason enough when the mother herself is in prison.
Yeah, because
father not around,
You know what, guys? I've sat in court cases and I've seen people go to jail for the littlest, stupidest things, and it's just crazy to me. But sometimes that's how the system works, whether we think it's fair or not. You will be shocked if you sit at the courthouse and see some of the things that people go to jail for.
And why did the father not get her when she was in prison? I just thought about that because I see they weren't married. He got a whole different last name than she does.
Oh, that's the stepfather. That's her boyfriend.
Okay, gotcha.
Or maybe is it boyfriend? Either boyfriend or husband, but it's not. It just said stepfather. That's what it said. So what I'm saying is, even if it's something small, we don't know what it was. If it was big or small, or it depends on how you judge things as well. But is that enough reason to take a child? I don't know. Somebody goes to the store or something. Is that big? I mean, it might be, it might not be, but people generally don't get their children in real life taken for that. But because she has that stigma of, what she's been through in life, it's kind of. But then again,
I still don't see. Like I said, while she's in jail, because she don't have nobody else to raise them. I get that part. But after, when she comes out, her saying, see, that's what confused me, because I'm like, why did she bring up her parents? Because when she was saying, her being a ward of the state that any child she have after, however many she have, they have the right to take them. I'm like, well, hold up, that don't sound right,
Right.
at all. But like I said, she had, she's not saying. Of course, she's not going to tell everything if something happened. I think something else can happen too.
Right.
Because
you're not gonna say like, "Oh, I was out there selling weed."
Right. Exactly.
We don't get all the details.
I had the. Yeah, she ain't gonna sit there. I'm sorry, my phone just got a text or whatever.
But once again, you got to remember, like I said,
mm-hmm.
now somebody that didn't go through a situation like that, they could go to jail. They're not going to have their kids taken from them. So it's just, I don't know. I mean, is the system fair, or can the system be fair? Is it hard to be fair?
And
it's just.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was about to say, and it also, again, one of them situations again depends on the situation and the state you're in.
Mm-hmm.
State is a big one.
Yeah, it depends on the state.
Mm-hmm.
And definitely it depends on the judge. I've seen judges, issue certain what do you want to say, sentencing based on how they felt that day. So everything,
different rulings and everything.
Yeah. This person, Erica loves Amir. You look like you should be have a beauty channel on YouTube. And I love those brows. Okay. It says, I feel horrible for this mother. I can only imagine the terror she is facing because that they were with the West, but she has many charges on her background, one being cruelty to a child as well. So
you looked that up? I wonder if she looked that up.
Is she talking about the biological mother? It sounds like, right? I need to read this again.
Yeah, that's what I think she said. And if that's the case, yeah, that'll do it. That would definitely.
Yeah, that
like
would
I said,
do it.
she's not gonna sit there and say that, Yeah, I got cruelty to child neglect on my record, and I had to beat up my baby something. Yeah, she's not gonna.
Some people might think the child's asking for like a little, I don't know, a little tap of the butt.
Right.
Anything could get you in trouble nowadays, but
Yeah.
Anyway, that's a broad discussion because
that's a whole nother thing about that. Yeah.
So, yeah, she did say that. Yeah, that they're adopted out, right, Sharon? Dixie says yes, adopted out to the West. That's what I thought, was adopted out to the West.
Didn't, and I still did not hear that.
Don't tell me we're gonna have to play this for a third time.
Yeah, we might have to. I see, and if I'll stand corrected if I hear that, but I swear I didn't hear that. I just heard she just like cut it off and adopted out.
Yeah, Christina says after they've been. Yeah, so they were. So where are those kids? So where are those kids? Yeah, nobody. Well, maybe CPS knows. Either CPS, but if they were, unless they were really with Trezell and Jacqueline, then if that's the case, then only Trezell and Jacqueline could tell us. CPS don't even know at that point where they are. Right. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. I'm saying they definitely, if they actually turned out that it was the West that adopted them out, they're not gonna say where they are. They'll be honoring.
I know. I feel like they don't want lashback with everything that's going on too. Excuse me with that.
Possible partnership too.
Yeah.
If that was the case, that's a definite. But they're like, well, I'll tell you, but we gotta get some time off.
Christina says, guys, you could put in the comments whether they said the West. If not, I can go ahead and replay that if anybody asks or DeVell asks me to. Mm-hmm. Christina Henderson says, after adopted, you don't know nothing. They won't tell you.
Exactly.
With if it's with this family though, the Jacqueline and Trezell, I think they should make an exception. You guys think so or no? You agree?
I mean, they can tell them you must tell them, but I mean at the same time they can shut their mouth. They ain't got to tell them nothing.
Right.
That's it. That's everybody. I mean, yeah. Like I said,
Right.
I could definitely see them if they were with the West. I could definitely see them using that as a bargaining chip to get less time. You know,
Wow.
which I mean, that's the reality we live in now. You know,
Right.
that's exactly what they. Yeah, that's messed up. You know, for the kids' sake though, and the mother's sake.
Right. Vanessa says maybe Jacqueline and Trezell beat her sons as well without additional costs. What do you think, DeVell?
I mean, it's possible. I don't know for sure. It's the and this is still early. Everything we're doing now is speculating, trying to put stuff together.
Yeah, we're speculating.
Yeah, it's still early. We only have their biological mother's word as to what's going on, what she don't know, and of course, the other side is not speaking. And like I said, won't for a while at least.
Right.
If ever.
Once again, I feel in this particular case, a special exception should be made. I don't know. Dixie Kane says, was no mention of those kids being with the West kids. They would be 13 and 14. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't hear any mention of that at all. Sharon says, we don't know that they are adopted by the West. It said that the West was the first placement when removed, which would happen before you're adopted.
That's what I heard.
Said.
Exactly what I heard. And that's what I said. I didn't hear nothing about the West adopting them at all.
Okay. And Dixie
her interpretation is what I heard.
Okay. And Dixie is also saying the same thing. She said, that's what I heard. So Sharon, DeVell, and Dixie all heard the same thing. Okay. Vanessa says, we need an attorney on explaining this because a lot doesn't make sense. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
Yeah, everything that the biological mother is saying, that's all murky because none of that, made any sense to me.
And I doubt that we can, they have the money to afford one. It would be nice if we can get one pro bono. Maybe I could research and find out who could kind of represent this case pro bono, put their name out there, in exchange, and maybe you guys can also shoot. If you guys figure out something, let me know. If you find that attorney that will represent them pro bono, let me know and try to give them the little bit of exposure that I have.
Mm-hmm.
Vanessa Jones says, how come CPS let classic and sincere biological mom know where they was with Jacqueline and Trezell West? Great question.
Wait, say the question again. I kind of zoned a little bit.
Okay, remember sincere and classic, that's the birth name, we would say real name of Orrin and Orson West, right? So
classic Vanessa, and what?
Classic and sincere. That's Orrin and Orson's real name or birth name.
Or other way around. Okay, got it.
Yeah, so when I refer to them, I'm speaking about, the adoptive kids of Trezell and Jacqueline.
Right.
So anyway, she said, how come CPS let classic and sincere biological mom know where they were with Jacqueline and Trezell West?
Oh, I get what she said. She's saying, how come, their adoptive mother knew where she was, but this other one didn't. That's a
good question. I didn't
very valid question.
What do you think about? What you got to say for that?
I'm thinking there's more because one lady earlier, whoever that was in the chat earlier, was saying about her background, the cruelty that that I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if she looked that up and found that out or whatever. But if she has,
so are you talking about Sharon, who said she was in foster care as well, or were you
no. Somebody, I could have sworn you read a comment where somebody said, well, when we was wondering why, this don't make sense about the biological mother, about her, the stuff she was saying, and I could have sworn somebody said, well, they either looked it up or that's why I said I didn't know if she looked it up, but she said that was on her record, the cruelty to children and the neglect, or I don't know if she said neglect.
Oh yeah.
So if she has something like that on her record, you know, with these same kids, obviously, yeah, that would definitely, you know, like I said, that's what we were talking about. Yeah, she's not gonna tell everything, you know, if something like that on her record. So if
Yeah, that
that's
was
on there,
Erica Loves the
that would
Mayor.
actually be a reason why they not telling her nothing, because they don't want her like getting in contact with the kids at all. You know,
Right.
I could see that then. Other than that, if not, then yeah, that's like I said, that's a very valid question. Why tell one and not the other?
Right. I agree. So Dixie Kane says, yes, probably me. Vanessa Jones says, I work at an insurance company for 25 years and we had a lot of cases. Okay, so that makes sense then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, why she knows that. So we have a professional here in the insurance
Mm-hmm.
business. All right. So thanks for clarifying that for us, Vanessa. I gotta save Vanessa as our insurance professional.
Mm-hmm.
Our insurance guru. Erica Loves Amir says proof of life. Yeah, I say proof of life too.
Mm-hmm.
Vanessa Jones says as a parent, proof of life. Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel that's good. Dixie Kane says depends. Like with this case, the West had eyes on their kids. They need to know if they are alive. Yeah. Yep. Vanessa Jones says she said stepfather. Yeah, she said stepfather.
And you know what? I would say, you know, I don't even, I would actually go as far as to say, um, any parent that wants to know proof of life, regardless of what that parent did or not, you know, regardless, because all you're asking for is proof of life, whether they're alive and well. You're not asking, you know, none of them have the right to know where they are if they can't get them legally or anything.
Right.
So we're not asking for them to know where they're at. We just asking, are they alive and well? Okay, and then I'm out.
Yeah.
Even a crackhead mother who has
You know
sold her
what?
body is entitled to that.
Because if you think about it, some mothers are not going to be able to sleep at night. Can you imagine?
Right, right.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think every single parent, yeah, has that right to know whether their kids are alive or not if they, you know, don't have them. Yeah.
Right. I agree. Sharon Haynes says proof in this situation, but not any personal information. Yeah, that makes
Same
sense.
thing.
Sharon.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just proof, no personal information. We don't need any Amber Alerts going out.
Exactly.
Mhm. Erica Loves Amir says someone just posted her background on a live and went through several of them. That was one of them. I can send you the link. Oh, okay. Feel free.
I think that's who said that earlier. Was that the one that said that about her background earlier? I believe. Maybe, I don't know.
No, because she wasn't even. I think news of her just dropped right before I went live. So I guess there might have been maybe one or two people that went on before me, or one person. So they might have had that information. I don't have information of her background. So whoever that was,
Mm-hmm.
at least that I know of, I think it was only one person I saw go live on this besides the news. All right. So they probably they started to research her. That's what it was. They probably Googled her right after. Sharon Haynes says, no, not adopted to West. Okay. Okay. So it didn't say not adopted to. Okay. Blessed and highly favored. Hey, blessed and highly favored. I remember my pastor several years back. He used to say, he used to tell all of us, when someone asks how you doing, just say, don't say I'm okay, I'm all right. Say I'm blessed and highly favored.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So blessed and highly favored said, so I'm just coming in. How did the DA come up with the charges? Did the other kids tell them the boys went missing 3 months before reported? All right. So I covered what you're speaking of. I think I covered on my other live earlier.
Right.
Yeah, that's what she's talking about, right, Trezell?
That's what it sounded like. She talking about Orrin and Orson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you could help me fill her in.
I'm about to say, if you're not, please clarify. You know that you're not talking about them or not. But
Yeah, I'm sure she was talking about them. So how did they come up with the charges? All right. So what happened is, if like I said, if you watch my live before this one from earlier today, I read over the whole indictment, right? Because I had the indictment on my live, and basically, when they took the two adoptive, not two adoptive, but the two foster kids and the two biological kids out of their household into CPS, they would meet with them and have discussions with them about what happened. So, the kids broke, they gave in, and they basically let them know that they played a role in the
Mind.
unfortunate demise of Sincere and Classic, better known as Orrin and Orson West. And they gave them detailed information on this, that they were involved in this, heinous, heinous act. And so, yeah, that's how they know.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else you want to add to that, Devel?
That was basically it. And then he added to it about they was on their way out. They was about to run.
Right.
When the news person was interviewing him, and he was in disguise, and he didn't even know that was actually Trezell West.
Yeah.
Somebody had to call in.
Yeah, and they didn't call in. They were there and they saw, I think after Trezell was walking to the RV, they said, "Hey, that person you were just trying to interview, that was Trezell." Because what happened was, I'm glad you brought that up, Devel, when I think it was a gas station store, if I remember correctly. But anyway, a news reporter was interviewing this guy, and they wanted to know, or was trying to, did they know about, the Trezell West and the Orrin and Orson West case. And so Trezell West pretended not to be him, because he realized that the person didn't know that it was him. And so he left, and as he was leaving, somebody said, "Hey, the person you were, the local there, the person you were just speaking to, that was Trezell. That was Trezell West." And so the reporter's like, "What?" And so, before you know it, the cops were called. The tow truck came out and towed the motorhome, the RV, because they were about to close in on them anyway. So it was just perfect timing with all of this, but it looks like Trezell and Jacqueline were about to be Audi 2000. Okay. Anyway, in during this live, what we discussed, Blessed and Highly Favored, is that another, and if you rewind it, I think we played it 2 or 3 times, mother stated that her children were adopted out and also previously fostered by, or I should say fostered by Trezell and Jacqueline West, right? And they were adopted out. She doesn't know if they're okay. She doesn't know if the adoptive parents probably were Trezell and Jacqueline West. So she wants some peace of mind, because the last time she knew her kids were okay was probably 2018. And all she's asking for is proof of life. And CPS isn't even giving her proof of life, right? So that was the discussion during this live, which was only supposed to be 5 minutes. But of course, as always, I went on, and we're here sitting at 58 minutes.
I was about to say, we've been here about an hour. Yeah.
And Teresa Townsend says late, but you were on our other live, so you never left us. You are always here with us. You're here in spirit all the time, Teresa. Dixie says, I think they should in this case. Yeah, in this particular case, definitely. Vanessa Jones, they're gonna speak when court date March 23rd. Yeah, they're gonna speak. Court date's March 23rd. Is that the verified court date now? Wasn't it supposed to be? Was the arraignment supposed to be next week and it got changed? I think. I don't know. But anyway, I'm glad that you have a court date for us. March 23rd. Oh my God. I just thought about something. So March 23rd is, or is it March 13th? No, it's March 23rd. My favorite cousin in the world, who passed away September 14th, 2007. His birthday is March 23rd, and he was my heart. Rest in peace, Michael Williams. I love you forever. So on his birthday is Trezell and Jacqueline's court date. I won't forget that. Christina says, I would want to see my kids in person, if not through Division of Child and Family Services. I will talk to the other adopted parents. Right.
If you can get a hold of them and get information on them, that would be the rub right there. Trying to find out who they are, if you don't know who they are.
Yeah, exactly.
And then getting them to agree to it after that.
Exactly.
That would totally be up to them at that point.
Right. We're only, and hopefully they could have a good relationship like that. I know if I was a mother and I, love my kid, and for some reason, I lost them, I would hopefully, try to reach out to them and with a good heart, because, obviously you want them to accept you so that they might be open to you occasionally seeing a child a couple times a year at least. I don't know. But I would do everything in my power to be, and if they didn't want that, then you have to respect that too, because what you're gonna do, But anyway, Vanessa Jones says, classic and sincere. Guys, for you guys who are not following along, classic and sincere are Orrin and Orson West, and it's their true birth names. Okay, so classic and sincere mother Ryan Dean was charged with child abuse. That's why they took her children. She went to classes to get her children back, but CPS refused to give her kids back to her. Thank you for putting that out there, Vanessa. Now, what we were told during my earlier live, or somebody stated, was that the broken femur, whatever it was, happened while she was at work and the child was at the babysitter, right? And that she immediately took him to the emergency room when she, saw that he was injured. And she also got in trouble for that, in addition to smoking weed. Don't know how accurate that is. You can fill us in if you know, Vanessa. All right. Blessed and highly favored said yes. Oh my God. Yep. That's exactly what happened. Blessed and highly favored. Christina says, this is why DCFS, which is, Division of Child and Family Services, has lost so much, because they have not been doing their job. That's 100% accurate. That's accurate. So Erica loves Amir. Amir is lucky. I thought it was moved to May 23rd. Could be wrong. Okay, someone else said May 23rd too. Yeah, and I know, even though I thought it was next week, I did hear them say that they were going to change the date. I just didn't know it was changed to. So now you're reconfirming that it's May 23rd.
Now, the other person I thought said March 23rd.
I mean, I'm saying May and thinking March. Guys, it's tag on it. I spoke to Regina Diamond earlier. I said I was going to sleep, and I wind up, finding out about this news and staying up a little longer. So I'm half asleep. So I'm thinking March 23rd, but I'm saying May 23rd. But guys, it's March 23rd. Okay. Don't be like me and get the date wrong, okay?
2 different months. Okay.
I guess all M's go together. What, March and May? What else is that? That's it for the year, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Vanessa says everybody smokes weed, even the CPS workers.
Yeah.
Vanessa, yeah, that's true.
And I was thinking about that a minute ago. That, if that's something they use against, I mean, that's not even a crime. And in California, that's not even a crime in that state at all.
Yeah.
It's
crazy how much they can nitpick once you're in trouble with the system or have been in trouble with the system. Oh my God, it's like it's like almost a never-ending cycle. You might as well go to an island and start over again.
Much leave, like I said earlier, leave Earth.
Yeah, leave Earth.
Mars, another M, by the way.
It's like when I know, right? It's
Right.
like when, oh my God, you get into the system. I guess it just doesn't stop. Erica Amir, she sends these heart faces and kisses when I said Erica loves Amir. He is lucky. Yes, he is. And like I said, you need to start a beauty channel. You probably already have one with those eyebrows and that hair. That's hot. All right. So we're at the end of this.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else you want to add to the conversation, Devel? Do you want us to play
Nah,
one more time or what?
not too much. It's just it's so murky that because we need the details of why the biological mother lost these two kids to begin with. That she don't know where they're at now, and why, if any reason why she's not notified of where it is when she can be. That's all she wants to know. Is where they're at, whether they're alive or well. That's basically all she want to know. So, it's like, and like I said, it's way, outside of that, it's way too early to anything. We don't know anything about where they at, if they're, what's going on, to be indicting anybody about something like that, or charging them in the court of public opinion. But
Right.
it's interesting, like. I mean, if that's all she's asking for, I mean, let her know. Okay, they're fine. We can't tell you where they're at, but they're fine. They're thriving. Okay, and be out with it.
I was hoping that they would at least tell the news people. I don't know. I guess they would have to tell her before they tell the news people.
I
But
think we'll find out sooner than later, just because it's in the news now, and she came out, which is a good thing. That you're coming out and not staying quiet about it.
okay, question, Devel.
Yeah.
If you were to reach out, all right, say for instance, there's some attorney out there that's listening to this broadcast right now or on the replay, and you wanted to appeal to them, to solicit them representing this case pro bono to help that lady have a peace of mind, what would you say to them?
What would I say to get an attorney to do that pro bono?
Yes.
Basically, just tell them the details of the case. Like, that's all she want to know. It's not. I mean,
no, I'm saying if they listen right now, they heard everything about what's going on.
Yeah.
And you want to try to get them to work with these people, state your case.
Well, at that point, I don't think anything we would need to say. I mean, just at that point, just ask, because they see it. That would be on them at that point if their heartstrings got tugged enough for that to do that.
That's right.
And then, like I said before, when you're talking about somebody else, and pro bono, lawyers are not required to do. As far as I remember, they're not required to, but they are encouraged, definitely, to do a pro bono case or two every so often. So this will be one, and if I had to motivate them or convince them to do it, I was like, look, this ain't much work to do. It ain't like you're gonna be sitting there, for months and months, doing this. This sounds like something, like a simple fix to me. It's just a matter of bringing attention, which she's done, and now just putting a little heat on them to do that. Like, reiterating, that's all she would have done is that there. I mean, that's it, alive and well. It's like nothing.
And I agree with you. So this is what I'm gonna do. And I might reach out to somebody. It depends on how much time I have on my hands within the next week or two. So some attorneys out there that might be willing to do this, And I'm gonna throw my little right now fish line into the water, my net. I'm dropping it right now. And any attorney that has some expertise with this, that think that they can help this mother, with this case. And not just saying pro bono, maybe we could even raise some donations for you, whatever it takes, and or see how you can work with this mother just so she could have a peace of mind. In this case specifically, not that this is always something that happens or something that's standard procedure, but in a case like this, we think that it is very important in order for this mom to sleep well at night. If anybody is willing to represent them, comment below, email me. I'm the tarot medium at the tarot medium goddess at gmail.com. Contact me, contact her directly, whatever it is, because I feel like if nothing less, she deserves just proof of life. That's all we're asking for here.
Yeah, that's all she asking for.
That's all she's asking for.
So this sounds like some kind of family law attorney would be an expert in this, I would think.
Yeah, family law attorney.
Mm-hmm.
I have a close one that I'm friends to that I actually text, the older gentleman. However, we're friends actually. However, he does not. This is the state of. It's a different state. It's the state of Pennsylvania, and also, even if that wasn't a factor, he just kind of pulled his license. He's getting older now in the retirement stage, so he's not actively. I think he just pulled his license or whatever it is that he did. So legally, he might not be able to represent her in this case. So we need somebody that's willing to do that.
Although he would probably be perfect to if he would spare a couple of minutes to come on your live stream one day and explain how that if that makes any sense.
That's good. I gotta talk to him about that because he does do a lot of talking.
Okay. So it'd probably be right up his alley.
Yeah.
Spend a few minutes and pose that question, like especially about about the whole CPS, their law as far as biological parental rights, as far as knowing how their child do, and even if where they're at, because there may be certain things that they actually can know where they're at. Maybe they not know the direct intimate details and information of the adoptive parents, foster parents, or even the kids and where they're at, but they probably do have some kind of right. You never know, depending on the state, that they actually may have a right to know, like at least like the state or where they're at or something.
Exactly, just anything.
Yeah.
Vanessa says, I want to know why they're holding over her head a state baby, because she was born in prison, and every case he have it will go to the state. She must have done something really bad to her children.
Mm-hmm. She did. Well, I ain't gonna say she did. I don't know, but I say the same thing. I'm like, it can't just be because she was once a ward of the state or all like that. That would have to go away. It has, and they actually clarified that at the end. Like, that's not the only reason. It has to be another reason why they were getting taken from her anyway.
Right.
They clear.
But we got to keep in mind now that certain things could be simple things. It might not be, even though people break. I mean, come on, we're human beings. Everybody's gonna break the law. Even we break the law, not even realizing when we run the stoplight, we run the red light by mistake, and all types of things. That's not really helped against us because a great majority of us is not basically on probation. Because when you're under probation, you're under certain laws and certain terms. Anything, the smallest thing, could be held against you. So that's where this could have a factor. I'm not trying to take up for her or anything like that.
All right, because we have no idea what it is that she may or may not have done.
Right.
It could be she could be dead on. Never know that. We just don't know that law.
Right.
About her being a ward of the state.
Right.
It's murky when you're dealing with children, though. You want I'm very sure CPS want to do right by the children. That's why they're there to begin with. But you can have the wrong person.
I'm thinking it's got to be some money. There's something with the money with CPS too that I gotta find out exactly how this works, because there's certain people or certain kids that are definitely being placed in foster homes where they're getting more love in their homes, in their biological
or
homes, than
opportunities
foster
and
homes.
stuff. Yeah.
So there has to be more, what is the state making from this? I don't know all the details, guys, myself. I have to research, but I'm pretty sure it's more than what meets the eye,
That's what I said. You got people who you have human beings who's doing it. It's not like it's a computer and robot just randomly placing or placing as an algorithm or what. No, this is human beings doing this. And when you have different human beings, you're always gonna have somebody somewhere that has an agenda, for one reason or another, for why they do the things they do. So
somebody's getting a
plays
bonus
big
for
part.
something. We don't know what that bonus is for. You know what I mean? But that bonus, that cha-ching talks. Not saying it has anything to do with it. We just not eliminating it at this point. All right. So Christina says, hold on, let me see something. Christina says, there's too many kids dying in the system. I agree completely. Your thoughts on that, Trezell?
And if not only dying, but way too many of them that just fall through the cracks, because that could be what this case is about too. I mean, just they fell through the cracks, and they could honestly somebody, if that happens, and it easily can fall through the cracks too. Some of these cases, that's what's frustrating about it.
Right.
Like
I agree completely.
Totally flawed.
Vanessa says it has to do with the court order. She's not really telling us nothing. Why she doesn't have 4 children? Is she embarrassed? Yeah.
I was brought up. We brought that up earlier. Like I said, she's not gonna. If it's something that she know that she did and that she got flagged for or whatever, and that was her fault, she's not gonna reveal that. She got to put herself over. You know what I'm saying? She's gonna put herself over.
Yeah.
That is actually human tendency. You're gonna make yourself and put yourself,
and then you're gonna think no matter what, like the system's picking on you.
Right.
So whether they are or whether they're not, you're still gonna be thinking.
You're gonna put yourself over regardless. So whether you're innocent, not, or whatever.
Right.
That's just human nature, human tendency.
Mm-hmm.
Self-preservation.
Exactly. Blessed and highly favored said, "Yep, raise the funds. Yep, we'll do that. We will do that. We'll do a live for that if that's necessary. Let's see where this goes. We'll pay attention. We'll try to figure something out here. Yeah, definitely." Vanessa Jones says, maybe in her court order, the judge put in there saying no contact of her children. I don't know. Her statements is a lot. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're going to dig more into, I think, the biological mom.
Right, because it's still, early and,
Yeah.
I'm quite sure there's way more. I'm quite sure there's a rabbit hole or two with the biological mother in this case in general. That once we find out one thing, it's going to open up something.
I know. Like, wait, she didn't tell us this. She didn't tell us X, Y, or Z.
Yep.
So
I'm about 95% sure that we're going to find that out. Find 2-3 rabbit holes we're going to end up with.
It'll be interesting for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Vanessa Jones says, bring it on your panel so we can ask him questions.
Mm-hmm. Oh, she's talking about that lawyer. That's your lawyer friend?
Oh, my. Okay. Mm-hmm. I'm so glad you remembered. I'm so glad, because if I was doing this myself and she said that, I would be like, wait, who are you talking about? Okay. He likes to talk, guys. I'm warning you.
As long as we can understand it, hey, that's cool.
Yeah. And like I said, he's getting out of. He's been doing this for years. So he's laying down his hat now. So he's gonna have a lot of extra time. So I'm sure he'd probably be willing to. I know he would be willing to. And I mean, he talks to me about any and everything. So
that would be cool.
Yeah. And then he'll probably see the opportunity that he may possibly have on YouTube after this. So you know, It may
Ooh,
just work out.
yeah, hell of a channel.
Yeah.
Just like quick questions that you need to know. You know that would be that would be a good channel.
Because
Like,
I have to find my expertise people in different fields.
yeah.
So Vanessa is my insurance person.
Uh-huh.
Joe, the attorney, my friend, his name is Joe. And yeah, so that would be good. And we want to find an attorney for this couple. Maybe I could even, try to bring them on for an interview.
Mm-hmm.
Reach out to them. We'll see. I'll see. It says my battery's running low. Okay, just don't cut off my laptop, please, because we're still in the middle. It says I have 10 minutes left. Wait.
Okay.
This laptop is very demanding.
That's how mine is. I usually only have like 3 hours of battery life on my laptop when it's fully charged.
Yeah. Mine, I don't know what it is, but probably the same amount.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to give me 1 second, guys. Okay. Plug the extension cord back into the wall. Now plug this in the laptop. Okay, we're good. So Christina says, we don't raise our kids the same. Yeah, people raise their kids different. We don't all raise our kids the same, right?
Definitely not.
But you know what? Because I have 5 kids altogether, right, guys? I was in the military when I had my first. She's 23. She lives down south now. She got her degree. She's doing her thing, making her money. Oh my God, I want her to just move back in here with me. But she's doing her adult things, right?
Oh,
so her and my son that was under her were very extremely respectful and stuff. They were, I don't know, really calm kids. Now my other ones, guys, they might hear me talking though, but they were a little bit more what do you call it? What would Trezell say? Rambunctious. But except for one of them, that the second to last was pretty quiet, but the youngest and the middle child was a bit, once again, rambunctious. My babies, I love my rambunctious babies, but my oldest was like, Mom, if we act like that, you would have, oh my God, we could have never. You would have had us like, we would have been hurt up. I'm like, okay, I don't know. I got exhausted, okay?
and that is true. I mean, it was 4 of us coming up. I'm the oldest and the only boy. And me and my sister directly under me, we got all of that. We got, I mean, we said the wrong thing in public, bop, right then and there,
Yeah.
My younger two sisters, they got away with murder, and then I said, yeah, y'all just tired, apparently.
Yeah, guys, it's true. My little ones really got away with murder. Let me tell you, I don't want to say that. Like, obviously, you guys know I don't mean literally, but no. My youngest one, I remember, like, he's 13 now, but I think he was like 10. Was he 10 or 9 or 8? One of them. Anyway, I was like, you're being disrespectful. And I had my pointy finger pointing to his face. My other kids, my older kids, they would have been shaken at the time. They're like, oh, I don't want to mess with her. She's crazy, right? But this one, he looked back at me and he turned around and he pointed his finger and was like, no, you're being disrespectful. Guys, oh my God, somebody get me the belt. No, but I'm serious.
I got whooped right in public with a bell right for saying something like that. And oh no.
No, my older two were like, Mom, we could have never done that. What's going on? And I'm like, I don't know. I guess I got weak or whatever, but but at least, like, seriously, my older one's got a little spanking, all right, but it's in love, guys. I know some people are against it. Don't judge me, but like, I honestly love my kids and I would never hurt them or do anything. Like, I know my limits, And some people may say, well, everybody thinks they know their limits, but blah, blah, blah. Anyway, those two, my life, the oldest, my life was just calm as can be. I was like, this life, raising kids are easy. Oh gosh, the joke was on me when I kept. By the time I got
you
to
dug
the
a nice
youngest,
little hole for yourself.
he gave me a run for my money. I was like,
Yeah,
anyway,
that one that said no, you're just he been here before.
he turned around and you know, can I be his little behind? And he I'm not even guys. It's some of those that'll let you beat them until guys, don't judge me, okay? But until it's like if I keep going, it might, you know, it might not turn out good. I'm gonna just have to leave this boy alone. You're gonna have to just sit in the corner all day. I don't know.
Well, you know, and here's the thing. I think where you're going with this, because this is also true. Like, not only has everybody raised, you know, raised their kids, each you have to do it, certain things work for each kid that may not work for the other one.
Oh yeah,
like with my
other ones used to.
With me coming up, me and my sister directly under me. My sister, if they just showed her the belt, she straightened right up. As when we were little kids, or me, they had to whip me because
oh my God, that's sad that they had to whip you.
I'm still the same way. I'm like, I don't believe nothing. I gotta experience and do stuff for myself. So I was like that as a kid. They had to whip me. Like
that was my baby, my youngest. I had to. The other ones would just be scared. They would shake just at the thought. And this young one is acting like, all right, bring it on. I'm like, okay, little boy, wait. Wait for it. Okay, anyway, let me stop before CPS comes here, guys. No worries. Y'all could tell I'm a mother that loves her child, right? Like, so anyway, children. Anyway, okay, so but this is what I always say, and I told my kids too. They said they don't necessarily agree with me, but love them equally, treat them differently, because some are definitely have a different disposition where you kind of, you have to, in a way, you know, you have to. Blessed and highly favored. And Vanessa says, and Vanessa, there has to be a reason why the mother was not granted supervised. That's a good point you bring up. So instead of me judging the case, I guess we'll dig more into
that's
this.
the rabbit hole we've been talking about, man. We definitely gonna find out something. It ain't, you know, it's you know, as with everything, there's her side, there's their side, and there's the truth. You know,
yeah.
So, it's something else definitely going there. It's not just she just so distraught where I don't know anything, and it's for no reason
But
whatsoever.
this is why, though, sometimes we form these opinions and conclusions, is because every once in a while the system can be kind of unfair and do things to people, you know, out of controlling them, who didn't really deserve certain what do we call it, certain consequences. So it's like, oh, maybe it's just one of those things again. But how do we truly know?
We don't,
unless we do the proper research. So
she could have even been an excellent mother, did everything, and just got frustrated one day and jumped up there and suplexed the judge and get up in the court. I mean, get up in the news like, I don't know why the judge is against me. You know, like, you just suplexed the judge. Why against you? You can't go MMA on the judge and then think you are innocent, you know. But I'm just saying, you know, you never know. That's what I said. There's something there, believe me. It's just a matter of what degree, and you know, like I said, usually stuff is somewhere in that gray area. That's just the thing, you know.
I agree with you. Vanessa Jones says at 11:10, only 9 minutes ago, says, well, don't you think it would be easier for them to tie her tubes, than the letter have babies in the state taken and put them in foster care? I would recommend on her tubes. Yeah, can they force them to do that?
It depends on what they did. Not something simple. I mean, they got to be, you know, because I mean, tube side, and then with a man castrate, that you talk about a sexual crime or something that they will force you to do that or whatever, and that's something totally different. And that's a whole other like live to go on. Like, should that happen? Because now you're going into that. You're going into, well, you know, because I say that in a minute. Well, just wrap it up. If you don't need no kids, can't have, you know, wrap it up. You know,
Right.
you can have all the sex you want. Wrap it up. You know?
Mm-hmm.
But so now, you know, you get, and you know, of course, not everybody wants to do this and do that. So yeah, I still don't agree. Just because they have them, just take them right off the rip. That makes no sense, and I don't believe that's the law. that's my bottom line. So
Right.
I still think that's a personal choice. You know?
Right. So yeah, it's just when it comes to this, in the end, their kids just, I mean, get taken away anyway. So what you gonna do?
And like I said, that would be a whole lot, because I mean, it seems simple to me. Like, you know, when you have parents that can't afford kids but keep having, you know, 10, 12 and can't afford them, and just wrap, you know, then the next one, like, well, if they want, that's what they want. God bless them with them. You know, you got so many opinions and, you know, angles on that. You know, that's a rabbit hole conversation in itself, you know.
Right.
It really is.
So Vanessa Jones says, "Oh my God, do you guys see how Russia has been destroyed? How Russia have destroyed Ukraine?" I'm sorry, I was reading wrong, because I was like, wait, Ukraine not destroying Russia. What are you talking about? You can see I'm tired. Hold on, I thought you were saying Ukraine was destroying Russia.
They bossing
like
up.
you spreading lies, Vanessa. Okay, so Vanessa says, "Oh my God, do you guys see how Russia has destroyed Ukraine?" I had to put that out there. And maybe you think we should do a live on that, or no?
We can, because I have definite opinions on that. Yeah, that's more. That's more. I mean, that would be like, you know, the age-old question: What do we? When I say we, the United States, what do the United States have to do with that? You know, off rip, you know, we don't, but we do. So that's a definite topic. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we could do like maybe 1 to 3 lives on that.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, Trezell and I would a lot in the past speak out on different social medias about, you know, life, politics, you know, everything that goes on in the world, and you know, controversial topics and all of that. And we were big at excuse me, airing our passionate views. I had to burp, excuse me, guys. We were very big at that, but you know, over the years, I think probably from 2012 maybe to maybe 2000. I mean, what the heck did I say? 2012 to 2000. 2012 probably to 2020. And I just got tired of a lot of stuff that's going on in the world. I said, you know what? I kind of give up.
And you know what? Tired of the issue, but I'm more so tired of people, you know, because like people, like you can have a decent, like I don't mind having a decent conversation with somebody I disagree with or disagree with me.
Yeah, because we
could do that. But the problem comes in where you got random people just popping in and like, no, you're wrong, and it's just like this, and I'm like, hold up, we didn't ask you, number one. Number two, like, why did, you know, what's with the name calling now? You know, now you acting like a kindergartner.
Yeah, because I think we both had where we will respect difference of opinions, and we could have good debates and stuff like that. It's just other people that, and we completely respected that. You remember our boy Steve Sanderson
and Butter Knife.
Yeah, but it's just.
But yeah, he was cool. I liked him. He was. Yeah, he.
I think after years of debating this stuff, and debating different things, nationwide that's going on throughout the nation or internationally, I started to get wary with it. So
Mm-hmm.
I kind of ease back and let go of some certain topics. So my friend would send me messages to my inbox, and I'm like, "Oh, I don't really like talking about stuff anymore. You see, my social media is pretty quiet or dead." So he's
Right, right,
like, "You're lying. This is Steve Trezell." So anyway, I was like, "Check out my wall," and he went. He was like, "Oh my God." He
right,
was
right.
like, "What happened? You were like a big what
Mm-hmm.
do you call it? I don't want to say advocate, but I can't even think clearly right now.
She would go in. She could
I
go
would
in.
go in. All right. I had time for it. But now I was like, I'll just let everything go up in flames. Looks like
And
the world's gonna go up in flames. I'm not even gonna try to stop it anymore.
here's another angle
I
too.
toss in the towel. So
My
let me say
my
this one
view.
last thing before you say that. Let me say this one last thing. So my point being, I said I throw in the towel. My point being is I don't watch a lot of TV anymore, so I don't really watch the news. Or only time I really get portions of the news is like through social media. Not saying it's a good thing. I'm just saying it kind of keeps me a little bit a little stress
Stress free.
free. Yeah, you know what? Because in the world, what's going on right now, I have no clue. Oh well, you should know what's going on. You should know what's going on around you. Yeah, I used
Not
to.
necessarily.
And I used to speak out about it. It caused stress. Now look, I'm feeling good right now.
My thing is,
I don't have those type of worries. I don't know war where, war with who, but I do agree that it's something that we probably should have a live on and have an open discussion on. And I'm going to be finding out certain things I didn't. As far as what's going on in Ukraine, no, I haven't been looking at the visuals. I do have couple friends that will send me messages, but that's an excellent live that we may have within the next week.
and I was trying to say, my another thing that's my whole views politically, socially have totally changed in a matter of a year and a half, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Totally flip flop.
Because the Vel went from like what do you call it? I don't even know because I was none of that, but Democrat to Republican. But
I
see,
was I was pretty much in the middle, but I lean left. I lean Democrat before I lean right now. I'm the whole I'm not. I was never extreme either. I was never extreme left and never extreme right because nothing. I don't believe in anything being totally black and white. It's always a great thing, but yeah, I don't believe in either party, but yeah, I definitely lean right now because my eyes open up with a lot of different stuff and
and with
history.
me, and with me, I don't like because I said, oh, I'm not voting for Trump. Oh, so you're voting for Biden? No, I didn't say I was voting for Biden. I didn't say so. You're not voting for Biden, so you're voting for Trump. No, well, you have to pick. It's
No,
one or
you
the
ain't.
other. And I'm like,
And that's what I had when I tell everybody that I said, look, I'm not.
someone actually unfriended me because I did not vote. They knew I was against a certain politician, but they were so upset that I didn't vote for the other party to ensure that that politician will win. That's Andre Thomas. I don't know if you remember him, DeVell, but anyway, not to call his name on live. But he wound up being so upset, and this is person that had like really admired me, especially for speaking out and speaking out about what I believe in over the years. And a lot of times we had the same viewpoints. But because I didn't vote against the person he felt should lose, he went ahead and unfriended me. And he said maybe after the what do you call it? The election, we could be friends again. I'm like, I'm not sweating it. I'm not being your friend.
Here's a problem. People don't like to listen either. They like to hear what they want to hear. Because I say all the time, I tell everybody now, I am neither. Here's the statement I say, okay? I am neither Democrat nor Republican because I think they're both full of shit to begin with. But I lean to the right. You know, I can identify a little bit with and the very statement that come out of ignorant people's mouth, oh, you're a Trump lover.
Yeah.
Where in that statement did I even say the name Trump?
Yeah, but they do it the other way
That's what
too,
they
so
do.
it goes back and forth. And this is the same thing for me. I'm neither Democrat nor Republican. And you know, Democrats will dislike me for saying that, and Republicans will dislike me for saying that. But
It'd be
I
all right.
see positive things. I see pros on the Democrat side. I see pros on the Republican side. I see cons on the Democrat side. I see cons on the Republican side. So, you know, I just go with independent.
And that goes back to what I said. There's nothing totally black and white. Yeah, so I don't, or at least in my humble opinion, I don't believe anything is totally black and white other than the crayon box. You know,
Right.
Everything, you know, it's like you said, pros. That just go right to what I said. You know, it's pros and cons and everything. Most things fall in the gray area, one way or the other. You know.
Right. So let me say this. It says, wait, let me see. All right. So we'll touch on this subject about Russia and Ukraine probably within the next week and a half, Devel.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, because we're not in a rush to speak about it, but we'll make sure we at least get one in on that. Christina Henderson says, I know the feeling. I get 3 all girls, but my youngest is totally my boy. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Christina says, I have a kid. She is crazy. Oh, I have an ADHD kid. Yeah. She's crazy. Yeah. I don't do the labels. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Christina, I understand, honey. Woo. Yeah, I understand. And Devel has caught my house this certain, and he's heard, so he understands my struggle. Christina Henderson, I wanted to set up a boxing ring or wrestling ring. Believe you me? Yes.
Right.
Yes. Be like, go in there. Dixie Kane. Christina, I so understand you. Dixie Kane says, not any more. CPS told me that became inhumane. They no longer force them to tie their tubes. Oh, really? Shoot, maybe it's because they're making money off of this in some way too. Could it be?
Mm-hmm.
They want them to have
some agenda, and like I said, with most humans, they ulterior motives and agendas is what people are about a lot of times.
Yeah, certain things are agenda, because if they tie their tubes, then that's less money that they're making off of this. And people might say, "Oh, they're not making money; they're actually giving money out." There's so much to the
you know what else too? then you know it's almost it's both sides. But also, they may be making money for the medical profession if they start forcing a ton of people to do that. Think about it. It's money to be made both ways. Is what I'm pointing. You know.
Yeah, but that might not be that much money as far as
it'll be more than you would think.
That's not going to be that's not going to be too much. I don't think so. They make money off that child that they get into the system than they do off of a quick tying of the tubes. Vanessa Jones says no. She said every time she has kids, states take her baby. Oh my gosh, she needs to go to some island somewhere. Vanessa says it's affecting you at the gas pump. $6.99 a gallon of gas. It better not be. I bought some gas today. I didn't look at the price.
Oh yes, it is.
I just put. That's tell me my $10 is probably my car. I didn't even look at the needle. It's probably still on even.
Yeah, it's among other things. That's why we will have to do one on there, because the gas is just one thing that is affect.
What state are you in, Vanessa? $6.99. My God, that's got to be an error.
No, it's not.
You meant $3. Because I did pump gas today, but I only put $10, and I did not look at the needle when I drove off.
It's almost 4 where I'm at. It's almost 4 a gallon here.
Mm-hmm.
So that's she probably that's not no error. That's one effect of this war, but like I said, it's others. Like I said, we definitely got to get into that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Dixie Can says you could have written in Mickey Mouse. Laugh out loud. Oh my God, Trezell.
Mm-hmm.
Help me, I forgot what we
I was
about.
hoping you remember. I'm trying to remember what that was about. Could have written in Mickey Mouse.
Yeah. What were we talking about? Shoot.
Okay, she's gonna have to clarify that, please. I'm lost on that one.
Yeah, we getting old over here, Dixie. Mickey Mouse. Yeah, I know you meant Mickey Mouse. She corrected the spelling of Mickey Mouse. And Vanessa says, Cult 45 is a loser. Yeah, yep. Well, he's out of office. And who's your favorite president, guys? Should I ask that question? I don't want everybody to start arguing. Look, we're all friends now, all family, all loving. And then we say a president someone hates, and then we're like, wait. But you know what? I hope you guys don't hate me for this, because I'm gonna say stuff. Besides his issues in office, his personal issues, I think that Clinton was a great president.
Who?
Clinton. Okay. Besides his personal issues, guys, we all know of. Let's not discuss them.
Which has nothing to do with running the country. I don't care who getting how much booty. That's for his wife to worry about.
Yeah.
No, mine. Oh, you said.
Who's yours? Who was yours?
Mine, even though it was a little bit before my time, just the gall of him, like not even a gall.
You're about to say Nixon.
I sure am. Because he's looking like hell. We all could get paid, and plus I've asked people that were old enough to remember. I used to, when I was younger, I asked, well, who did y'all make the most money on? I thought for sure everybody was going to say Clinton. Everybody at the time that was 50 and over, they all said Nixon. They all made the most money under Nixon. And I was like, okay, yeah. He was like, yeah, we all can get paid. And that let me know then, when I was younger, that it ain't even about Democrat or Republican. He was a Republican, and supposedly black people don't like Republic, but everybody I asked was black, and they're like, nah, Nixon. We made the money under Nixon. Everything was going good economy wise when Nixon was in there.
And a lot of people loved who's Jacqueline's husband?
Kennedy.
Yep.
And they liked him more, socially. Like I kind of equate him to Obama.
Yeah.
I don't like getting into, because everybody, got an opinion, and instead of everybody respecting everybody's opinions the people want to say, no, you're wrong. No, I ain't said you wrong.
Well, during Obama, I'm going to say this with gas. I don't know if you knew, guys, or you remember this, but I know at least in Pennsylvania and New Jersey for, I don't know if it was a year or a half a year, but it felt good, guys. Gas was it like $1.98 or something like that? It was like under $2 again. And I was like, oh my God.
It was like that here for a couple years. In Michigan, it was hovering around the 170 to like 210 for about two years, 2.5. And it's just now really starting to go up like crazy like that because of this war, Because when I was like, damn, $4, I remember when it actually hit $4 a gallon a few years back when the gas first started rising up, back in 2010, 2011, 2020, somewhere around in that era.
Right.
And that's the only time I remember paying for that. It was like $4.02 when I was at my brokest driving back and forth to Indiana to Detroit. Like, damn, $4 a gallon. It got nowhere near that until now.
Oh
So
wow.
now, yeah, it's like four. It's really close to $4, and it ain't quite $4. But I mean, at the end of the week, it's probably going to be about 4.10
Mm-hmm.
easily.
I didn't even look when I pumped a little while ago.
Yeah, I wonder how much, how many more? Cause I'm wondering if she's still here. Whoever made that comment about 6.99, see where she's at.
That was Vanessa Jones. I'm not sure if she's still here right now, but she may be because she's the one, the second to last comment. She
Okay.
commented 10 minutes ago, said Colt 45 is a loser. Dixie Kane says, I paid almost you can handwrite a candidate $4. Mel, don't be quiet.
No, I'm reading it again because I was lost on that one.
It's okay. I'm sure it's probably like a lot of
Probably a
people
typo.
have, yeah. But it says I paid almost you can handwrite a candidate $4. Dixie,
I think
explain.
he mixed up two posts accidentally. It sound like I don't know. I don't know. What was the dollar amount?
She said sorry, it jumped on me.
Oh,
She's
okay.
gonna tell us, but it was $4. Maybe she
Oh,
said
she
I
probably saying
paid.
she's paying almost $4 for gas. Probably what she's trying to say.
Oh,
And
she
one of
paid
those.
almost $4. What is it out here again? Yeah, that's what she's saying because that's what it's in Pennsylvania. It's almost $4. I wonder what it is in California.
That's probably where it's 6.99. There, whoever
Yeah,
says
I think that sounds like a Cali price.
that sound like Cali or Florida.
hmm Dixie said she paid almost $4.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So that's the end of the
Oh,
comment.
that is okay. Yeah, they
Yes.
must not still be here. Whoever, yeah, okay.
Some people wanted to go to sleep.
Mm-hmm. About that time anyway. I think it's about midnight now. Going on.
Yeah.
Alexa, what time is it?
It's 11:41 p.m.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, that's what it says.
So do you know that Sound of Music song? So Long, Farewell. How does it go, guys? Again, that was my girl in Sound of Music.
I couldn't stand that movie. We had to watch that all the time as kids, and I didn't like that movie.
I loved it. Oh my god, I played it all the time for my kids. My kids
Oh
used to
yeah.
love it.
See, the parents love playing. Well, make kids. Now, I mean, Wizard of Oz and the Wiz. I could dig those, but I never cared for Sound of Music, and I never really cared for Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, and I just never really cared for neither one of them. I liked Mary Poppins as a kid, but
I love Mary Poppins. I think
yeah,
that was my favorite one.
it never came on that much though. I mean, I definitely don't see it nowhere near now. But
Right.
yeah, it came on a couple times and I liked it. But yeah, that's about it.
Dixie says she's 1 hour behind us. Yeah, we're at okay, so she's only at 10:42.
Okay.
It's almost about to be 11. Guys, I can't play this whole thing because, I don't need YouTube giving me a copyright. Although if it gives me a copyright, it lets me go back and mute it. And then I could like mute the song. So I'm just going to play it
All you
now.
gotta do is make this statement. None of us own any rights to this music that is about to be played.
Oh, they don't care about that stuff. I know a lot of people put that. That's what I was talking about. A lot of people put that on Facebook and on YouTube. The system don't care about that. You just wasting your time writing that.
That's why I didn't write it. I just said it.
Yeah, but guys, she said, "Love you too, and sweet dreams. Love you, sweetheart. Sweet dreams to you." But don't go before this song is over. Hold on, I'm probably gonna cut it short, but
yeah, just play a little bit of it.
So long, farewell, I'll be to say goodnight. We hate to go and miss this pretty sight.
That's the one.
So long, farewell, I'll be to say adieu, 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 to you and you and you.
Alexa, what is this song? Still not doing it.
So long,
That's
farewell,
all other stuff.
say goodbye. We flex, we float, we completely be fine. I'll be the saying goodbye. The sun has gone to bed and so must I.
Goodbye. Okay, guys, I can't sing, but I try. All right, love you guys. Bye. Have a nice night. Love and light. Trezell, say bye to everyone. Bye.
Okay, y'all take care. Whoever is in the chat. Bye bye.
Yeah, whoever else is here. Good night. Good night, Vanessa. Bye,
There's
everyone.
about 2 people in the chat by now.
3.